Kate Douglas has wrapped up her 2024 Olympic trials and has had some pretty good results this past week, so let's take a minute to unpack her Olympic trials. Douglas managed to pick up 3 event wins during her time in Lucas Oil Stadium, winning the 100 free in 52.56, the 200 breast in 2:19.46, and the 200 IM in 2:06.79. This is a very diverse array of events, and let's not forget that Douglas also scratched the 50 free, where she holds the American record due to the semifinals being right before the 200 IM finals. In the 100 free, Douglas was 4th at the 50-meter mark as her teammate Gretchen Walsh took the early lead. But Douglas showed her skill as a 200 swimmer over the back half, unleashing the fastest second 50 out of anybody in the field to go by the leaders and touch the wall first in 52.56. That swim currently ranks Douglas as the 5th fastest swimmer in the world this year and is a new personal best for Douglas by 1/100th. In Douglas's next event, the 200 breast, she came into the meet as the current American record holder in the event and the owner of the second fastest time in the world this year. And right from the start, Douglas jumped out to a lead and never looked back, touching first on every single wall. At the end of the race, she touched the final wall in 2:19.46, just 0.16 off of her American record, and enough to win the event by almost 2.5 seconds over Lily King. That swim is also fast enough to be the 9th fastest performance in the history of this event. Her final event of the meet was the 200 IM. This is the event where Douglas has had the most international success through her career so far. She won the world title in this event both in 2023 and 2024, as well as Olympic bronze in 2021. And right next to her was her teammate and reigning Olympic silver medalist, Alex Walsh. Alex's little sister, Gretchen Walsh, had already made her first Olympic team at these trials, and this was Alex's last chance to earn a spot for the two of them to be on a team together. At the first 50, Douglas turned first with Walsh back in third, but Walsh had a fast backstroke leg to take over the second position and narrow the gap behind Douglas to just 0.13. Over the breaststroke portion of the race, these two swimmers made their move, both splitting 36 mids, the only swimmers under 38, let alone under 37. With that, these two created a massive gap over the rest of the field while being right alongside one another. On the final 50, Douglas extended her lead over Walsh to over a second, touching the wall first in a 2:06.79, a new US Open record and her first time under 2:07. Walsh held on to the second position to earn her spot on this Olympic team alongside Douglas once again. Douglas's time here makes her the second fastest in the world this year, just 0.16 behind Kaylee McEwen and ahead of 400 IM world record holder Summer McIntosh. Alex Walsh was just off of her season best time, which currently ranks 4th in the world this year. This event is going to be a battle in Paris. Let's take a look at the splits of the current top 3 swimmers to see how things might play out. Douglas had the fastest split in the butterfly by a solid amount, a quarter of a second over McIntosh and 0.8 over McEwen. Over the backstroke portion, both McIntosh and McEwen go by Douglas with nearly identical splits, and thanks to her faster opening 50, McIntosh would have a strong lead at the half. But that lead would be swiftly undone on the breaststroke leg, as both McEwen and Douglas split 36s compared to McIntosh's 38.1. On the final 50, McIntosh would unsurprisingly have the fastest closing 50, but it wouldn't be enough to catch the leaders, and similarly, Douglas would run out of room chasing McEwen. If this race plays out anything even close to how it looks on paper right now, this is going to be one of the most exciting races in Paris, and I can't wait. And that is perhaps unsurprising given the fact that these swimmers are also the 3rd, 4th, and 6th fastest performers in the history of this event. Kate Douglas had a stellar Olympic trials, going 3 for 3 in her events to secure 3 individual events as well as some relay spots. She set herself up very well for Paris, but all of her events have very strong competition, which means that we'll get to see this versatile swimmer battled out against a wide array of the world's best. Which of these Kate Douglas swims was your favorite, and where do you think she places her events in Paris? Let me know down below.